Most people think trust is something you build with other people, but the first person you usually stop trusting is yourself. Every promise you keep strengthens that trust, but every promise you break weakens it. And eventually, you start believing the evidence. This is built, not found. I smoked cigarettes for more than 10 years. Started real young, stealing them from my mom's packs. By high school, I was smoking about a pack a day. By my mid-20s, it was closer to two. And I tried quitting more times than I can remember. Not just thinking about it or talking about it, really trying. First time was my junior year in high school. I got pleurisy, and the doctor told me I had to quit. So I tried, kind of. Made it about 2 weeks. Then I was right back where I started, smoking a pack a day like nothing happened. Another time I tried quitting was in boot camp. I didn't smoke for 3 months. Not because I was disciplined. I didn't have a choice. And honestly, I felt great. I remember thinking, that's it, I'm done. Then I got out, was out one night drinking with my friends, bummed a cigarette and another, told myself, I'll only smoke when I'm drinking. That lasted just about as long as you think. Soon I was buying my own packs again. First one lasted about 2 weeks. Second pack lasted about a week. By the third, I was right back to being a smoker. And every failed attempt taught me the same thing. Not how hard quitting was, how little I trusted myself. Every time I quit, I believed it. Every time I said, this is it, I meant it. At least for a little while. And I broke the promise. Again. And eventually something changed. I stopped believing my own words. That's the part people don't talk about. When you break enough promises to yourself, you stop trusting yourself. You stop making commitments with confidence. You stop announcing goals. You stop sharing plans. Because deep down, you're not really sure if you're even telling the truth anymore. You're just repeating the speech you already heard and already watched collapse. I know exactly what that feels like. The last time I quit was different. My wife and I weren't married yet. We were getting ready to move in. She didn't smoke, never did. And I kept thinking about what I was going to bring into that apartment. The smell, the smoke, the habit. And more than that, the selfishness of expecting someone else to live with a vice that I wasn't willing to confront. I knew something had to change, but here's what I remember most. I didn't tell anybody, especially not Marty. Not because I didn't want support. It was because deep down, I thought I was going to fail again. I wasn't worried about lying to Marty. I was worried about lying to myself. Again, there I was, not trusting the cigarettes, not trusting the habit, not trusting myself. So I quit cold turkey. No patches, no gum, no tapering down, no special occasions, no exceptions. I remember telling myself, either I'm a smoker or I'm not. Pick one. For the first time, the decision felt final. Not because it was easy. I was just tired of negotiating. First couple of weeks were brutal. I dreamed about cigarettes, thought about them constantly, argued with myself all day long. At one point, I even bought a pack of cigarettes, put it on my night table, left it there unopened. Every morning I wake up, I saw it. Every night before I went to bed, it was sitting right there. Every day I'd look at it. Every day I'd argue with myself. But every day I told myself no. And every day I kept coming back to the same thought. Marty, not me, her. How unfair and selfish it would be. How wrong it would be to drag her into something I knew was hurting me. So I kept saying no, one day at a time. And somewhere in those weeks, I learned something. Trust isn't rebuilt through intention. It's rebuilt through evidence. One day, one decision, one promise kept. Then another. Then another. Nobody wakes up one morning trusting themselves again. Trust is earned, even with yourself, especially with yourself. And eventually something changed. Cravings got quieter. The arguments got shorter. The decision got easier. Not because I got stronger overnight, because I kept enough promises to myself to start believing my word again. Years later, I realized the same thing applies to faith. People think faith grows through big moments, big emotions, big breakthroughs. Sometimes. But most of the time, it's built in obedience. It's built in showing up. Prayer when you feel nothing. Scripture when your head's somewhere else. Showing up when God feels silent. Returning, repeating. That's how trust and surrender to Him is built. Break after break. Promise after promise. Same thing in marriage. Same thing with your kids. Same thing in leadership. People don't trust what you say. They trust what you repeatedly do. Your habits and actions tell the truth. Your consistency tells the truth. And those promises you keep become your reputation, not just with others, with yourself. Good life isn't built through giant moments. It's built through thousands of small promises kept. Wake up, train, pray, forgive, serve, repeat. Nothing glamorous, nothing flashy, just evidence. Evidence that your word means something. Evidence that you can be trusted. Evidence that you're becoming the person you said you wanted to be. That's part of what Temple Built's really about. Not workouts or equipment or height. Keeping promises to yourself, to your family, to your faith. Building a place where people stop negotiating with the life they say they want. A place where trust gets rebuilt, one promise at a time. It's been almost 30 years. I haven't had a cigarette since. When I look back now, the biggest victory wasn't quitting smoking. It was learning that my word could mean something again. Promises don't change your life the day you make them. They change your life when you keep them. One day, one promise, one decision at a time. Keep the promise. The work continues.